The All Blacks' second fixture in the 1997 Tri-Nations campaign was against the Wallabies in the vast surroundings of the MCG. Over 90,000 were in the crowd to see Sean Fitzpatrick lead out the All Blacks, only days after a Melbourne surgeon had told him he would never play again after limping out of the previous week's game in Johannesburg with a knee injury. But Fitzpatrick wasn't one to take no for an answer, and the New Zealand physio patched him up sufficiently for him to make his 89th appearance in a black shirt. As for the Wallabies, they had a youthful look throughout the 15. Gone was Campese, and in his famous number 11 shirt, the lightning-quick Joe Roth. As ever, at number 8 for New Zealand was Zinzan Brooke, playing in what would be his final test on Australian soil. In his 5 previous tests in Australia, he'd been on the winning side only twice.
Here's the referee for tonight, Ed Morrison of England, assisted by 2 Welshmen, Clayton Thomas and Derek Bevan. And away we go, and the All Blacks immediately start with an unorthodox kick to Jeff Wilson's wing, and he drags it down beautifully. And immediately we go to a line-out. The All Blacks went the unorthodox way to start off with.
Well, it was unorthodox, wasn't it? Jeff Wilson, not known to be a taker of kickoffs, but he took it beautifully. Spectacular. Look at that. 2 hands.
Fitzpatrick finding Ian Jones. Had to tap it. Untidy for Olo Brown.
Olo Brown buying himself a little time by just managing to get to his feet.
Eremia has his first run. And it's been turned over by the All Blacks, but there's a hand in there.
Yes, well, it wasn't only a hand, but I think you'll find it was Daniel Manu because he was lying on the ground. Of course, if you're lying on the ground, you can't play the ball.
Let's get away on the floor, please.
But Eremia breaking through, setting it up. Yes, it was Manu went in. He's on his knees and lifts it up.
All Blacks going for a short line out. Looks like just 3 men in. Craig Dowd, Ian Jones, Robin Brooke.
5 penalties already in the game. This time Jones cleanly. Marshall finds a Brooke to Randall. There's the 22-metre line, Australian territory. Marshall digs in once more. Zinzan Brooke. Taken by John Eales in a copybook tackle. Marshall once more. Spencer looks inside. Eremia is taken by Horan. Solid tackling early on. Change of direction by Marshall. Now Tane Randall. Beautiful pass to Frank Bunce. And Bunce gets the first try of the game.
Well, Frank Bunce will be thanking Tane Randall. That was sensational for a forward to beat backs with ease and set up the pass. Bunce finishing it off well.
Spencer adds the extra 2, and the All Blacks have had to absorb a lot of pressure early in the match, but they've taken the lead by 10-3.
To take the All Blacks to 10, Australia 3.
Matthew Burke, one of the players beaten in the tackle. Again, they split their forward pack. Ian Jones goes in again. 50-50 ball. Tidied up for Gregan. Straight across to Ben Tune. He's made a good start in this game. All Blacks defence has been solid early on. Gregan finds Horan. Away for Bryle. First time he's been mentioned in the match.
And I think he lost the ball also.
Turned it over. Marshall. Now there's a chance for Jeff Wilson. He's the fastest of this lot. Wilson leads the charge. And Wilson scores.
The hallmark of Jeff Wilson, the spectacular try. He just loves him. And there's another one for his collection. Frank Bunce caught him on the try-scoring tally, and Jeff Wilson says, "I'll have the next." And what another magnificent try by Wilson.
This time it's Robin Brooke cleanly. Edging up towards halfway. Wonderful first half display by the All Blacks after the slow start. Craig Dowd carries it on. looking for it. It's Ole Brown. Now the touch judge might become involved here. Let's have a look.
Little incident off the ball where Sean Fitzpatrick was on the ground and John Hills came over. You see John Hills at the back there and gives him a clip on the head. We'll watch as the two of them on the bottom of the ground now get up. Skipper. You might have just seen in the corner of your screen, John Hills went back to the play.
Sean Fitzpatrick was holding on to the leg of Daniel Manu, it would seem.
Yeah, well, if he's holding our man on the ground purposely all the time, doing it all day, we've got to retaliate. We've got to use force.
Thank you.
Don't do it through me, not through you.
Well, did you hear that? It was almost what Greg Smith said during the week. Sean was restricting things happening, little professional fouls, I suppose you may call it. And John Hills saying we have to retaliate. Ed Morrison saying, but through me, not through you.
Sean Fitzpatrick got a word to say to the opposition.
Keep coming. Keep coming.
89th Test match for Sean Fitzpatrick, and he'll get the opportunity in a couple of weeks' time
I don't want anybody held on the ground
to lead his All Blacks onto Eden Park
held on the floor. Anybody
for the 50th time as captain.
Okay, if anybody's there, we just release. Sorry?
Faultless kicking display so far from Carlos Spencer. Another magnificent kick from Carlos Spencer. 23 points to 6 and just seconds remaining in the first half.
Well, the New Zealand scrum was so powerful the last scrum. Now it's their ball. Can they hold? Can they have a stable scrum to produce stable ball to clear? And the answer to that is yes. Good scrum, good control.
Controlled by Zinzan. There for Marshall. Spencer from his in-goal area. And that's a lovely clearance from Carlos Spencer. Out towards the 22.
But by no means out of the woods. Australian ball to the line out. Very hard to stop John Hills. He's been in commanding form today.
Come back strongly in the second half, the Australians.
Watch the penalties, please. Thank you.
Clean take again for John Hills. Larkham. 5 metres out from the line, Steve Larkham. Ball there for Gregan, slowly. Chance. John Hills. No, double movements.
Well, we saw John Hills tackled round the legs on the ground. You can't play the ball on the ground.
All Blacks putting pressure on the Australian scrum. Coker. Against Tane Randall. Now Regan. Manu runs into Zinzan Brook. He'll have fond memories of last time he played rugby in Victoria. He was the All Black captain against Victoria, and that tackle has caused a turnover.
Well, crucial turnover to New Zealand. In a wonderful position now. The luxury of their own loose head, 20 metres out. They'll be wanting to improve on this 23-6 half-time scoreline. No points in the second half, and we're 20 minutes in.
Wilson's on for Robinson. Tane Randall runs off the back. Now Ole Brown. Strength from Ole Brown. Pops it up for Craig Downs. Almost. Now they want to free it. Zinzan, away from Marshall. Spencer, easy try for Christian Cullen. It had to happen, and Christian Cullen gets it.
Well, you say easy try, but it was the pass that did it. The pass from Carlos Spencer was missed 2, maybe missed 3 on to Christian Cullen, this wonderful rugby player.
Get away from me on the floor, please. Just
Look at
slow it
that.
down. Get away.
Penalty count of 17-8 against New Zealand in favour of Australia.
So Australia go down to 15 metres out from the All Black line. Not looking terribly happy on the Australian bench. Tim Horan, Dirk Williams. Again, it's John Eales. 10 metres out from the All Black line. Right in the thick of it, looking to turn the ball.
Australia making the yardage, but not really having the ball totally under control at the back of the maul.
You can see an All Black in there. They got a little bit isolated. I'm not sure which one it was, but he's the one that ended up keeping the ball off the ground for all that time.
Quickly away goes Gregan. Marshall got in to make a big tackle, and the try's given. Little George Gregan took it quickly, and the All Blacks couldn't get to him quickly enough. And Gregan gets Australia's first try.
So they've got the line out. Australia throw.
All Blacks backed onto their line. John Eales. Ball on the ground. Now it's in the hands of Morgan.
Australia really taking the New Zealand forwards on physically. The human battering ram concept. Get over the line at all costs. With all those talented backs out wide.
Here they come. The goal line is right there. Desperate defence here from the All Blacks. Gregan looks left and right. The leap from Ruff. The try for Little. Jason Little. And Australia edging closer. Time goes up, the siren is gone. Referee wants the last throw to go. Tap to Marshall. Zinzan Brook. 10-metre line Australian territory. Remarkable effort again by the All Blacks as Frank Butts scored the first try. Sets it again for Marshall. They could grab a bonus point with a late try in this game. Glenn Osborne. Osborne. Kronfeld. 10 metres out from the line. There it is for Marshall. Craig Dowd running wide. Needs a bit of help. Sails it, sets it beautifully. Zinzan with an Aussie rules kick. Cashmore, and he runs it out. And that is it. And the All Blacks have done it again.
Full time in the fourth Australia Rugby Series. The Ladies Cup match. New Zealand 33. Defeating Australia 18. The Ford man of the match.
There was a real buzz around Sydney ahead of the opening Tri-Nations fixture of the new millennium. The match represented the first game between the great old rivals since Australia had won their second World Cup. And with the Sydney Olympics a matter of weeks away, over 109,000 crammed into Stadium Australia. A world record for a rugby match. The Australian 15 included 9 of the team who'd started in the World Cup final 8 months earlier. But making his Bledisloe Cup debut was Sterling Mortlock. New Zealand had a new coach in Wayne Smith, and he appointed Canterbury lock Todd Blackadder to replace Taine Randall as All Black captain for this campaign.
Australia, New Zealand meeting for the 135th time since 1903, and Justin Marshall taking the ball and immediately tackled inside the quarter. And here's a breakout. Taine Randall straight through the middle of the Australian ruck, 8 from halfway. Good work by Carl Hoft. So the Wallaby defence just a little asleep there as Mertens goes straight back to Chris Latham. That's the 22. Latham with a big torpedo. It's a huge kick. Randall again. Ron Cribb now with his first touch in a Bledisloe. We're 12 from halfway. And New Zealand gets the scrum feed. John Eales complaining about that, but Andre Watson in no doubt.
Cool start there from both sides. Good kick there from Chris Latham. But an equally good punch-up by Ben Cribb. Well directed by Taine Randall. Taine Randall will play a big part in this game and strategy.
Australian scrum nice and low. Ron Cribb goes himself. Running sideways there. And again, Mertens forced to kick it. Was partly charged down. The bounce for Alatini. Umaga! That's a gift 5-pointer for New Zealand. Chris Latham has made a mistake there, and it's a dream start for the Kiwis. Will you remember last year that Andrew Mertens got an early try? Put the Australians back on their heels as Randall taps the ball back. So the All Blacks with their tails up now. Umaga cleared from scrum half. They're into space here. Lomu, here they go again. Only Latham to beat. Gregan's across. He easily beat Latham. And another try coming up here for New Zealand. Alatini. Sensational. The All Blacks spun the ball wide. They promised to do it. And Lomu pulverised the Aussie defence out wide. Well, the crowd is shell-shocked. Umaga after 1 minute 30. Alatini after 3 minutes. And the Wallabies don't go the 10 metres. The All Blacks play on. 2 tries in 3 minutes. What a start to Bledisloe 2000 and the Tri-Nations. They're finding some great gaps. Alatini again. And a third try to Cullen. It's raining tries here. It's a demolition at Stadium Australia. We've never seen a start like this in a major match. The All Blacks crossing for their third try in the first 5 minutes of the game. Well, the Wallabies haven't seen the ball, apart from that early blemish. Now they get their hands on it. What can they do? Here's Jason Little having a go. Here's Gregan. Stephen Larkham. He has Mortlock for a try. He's away. That's a great riposte from the Wallabies. Larkham has just blitzed the New Zealand defence, and Sterling Mortlock gets his third Test try in as many matches.
Well, a nightmare has temporarily ceased the Australian side. They've got to go on from here.
So Australia looking to consolidate from this attacking platform. Johnny Eels. Gregan. Little gap here for Williams. Big Jim Williams. Can he get there? Wallabies driving. 1 metre short. Gregan now. Here it is. Mortlock. He gets his second. It's raining tries here at the stadium.
Williams does extremely well here through some very big New Zealand players. There's Todd Blackadder brings in the ground, and George Gregan, fantastic vision, finds Mortlock hammering down the sideline.
Big shunt there from New Zealand. Australia come again. Mertens now. Hurried kick downfield. Mortlock, 2 tries for the Wallabies. Shows all the skills. Latham now 10 from halfway. Latham and Mortlock. Oh, brilliantly taken by Blackadder, the All Black skipper. Now New Zealand ready to go on the right. Marshall just couldn't quite offload. Held up by Larkham. Australia short here on the right. Cribb inside to Hoft. Beat the first tackle. Halfway line centre field. David Wilson wins the penalty for Australia and gets a little pat on the head there from his skipper.
And David Wilson's having a screamer out there tonight. He's had 2 breaks with the back the line out, made huge territory. Big Carl Hoff gets through. Wilson all over him. No release. Now we'll see Latham built into the corner.
Strength of the All Blacks is the ability that they have out wide, but then they're turning the ball inside. So it's creating the doubt for the Wallaby defence.
So Chris Latham, who took up the game of rugby as a 17-year-old at Narrabri High School, just to get some extra time off his school lessons.
Given the breakdown at Randwick, did an apprenticeship as a mechanic.
John Eels wins it quickly. Gregan. This is Connors. All Blacks stretched again here. 7 to go. Great pass from Gregan. Little hammered there by Randall. Roth. 5 to go for Australia. Gregan to Larkham. Herbert almost through the gap. Gregan again. Latham. He's there. 3rd try for Australia. Unrelenting momentum and pressure there. The blowtorch was applied, and Chris Latham, who had a horror start to the game, has got Australia's 3rd.
Well, this is the sort of composure you expect from a side that's won the World Cup. They were shot to pieces after 5 minutes, and they're almost back.
Here's John Eels. Absolutely magnificent. Richard Harry. They drive ahead. Gregan and Larkham. Little. He stepped. Williams was there. Dan Herbert. Mark Connors finds his Queensland teammates' pass. Giffen just behind Gregan here. Larkham trying to change the running angle. Australia clean out. Herbert again. Through the traffic. 6 to go. Williams! 1 metre out. Wallabies looking for their 4th. Harry! Australia control the ball. Gregan wants it. Larkham. Larkham. No way through there. Back through his legs. Williams and Gregan again. Delayed pass to Roth. There it is for Herbert. Just short. Gregan has his hands on it. He was tackled offside. Roth gets over. Great advantage by the referee. And the Wallabies incredibly draw level.
Of the Wallabies here, the more attention, they just had the patience to work and probe and find the whole New Zealand defence. Joe Roth finally crashes across.
Well, the 109,000 crowd is having their say. They're giving the players a stupendous ovation. 7 tries scored, 4 by Australia, 3 by New Zealand. We are locked at 24 apiece.
You'll see Williams go to open side, one would think. Kefford to number 8, Connors to blind side.
So such athleticism from Eels. Gregan with a great offload to Harry. Now Paul and Williams. John Eels drives him. Larkham. There's the decoy runner, Sterling Mortlock coming through. They're offside. Referee plays advantage in front of the goalposts. Larkham then. Here's Latham. Luckily for the All Blacks, he slipped over. 7 metres to go here. Still playing advantage. Mark Connors wearing the yellow headgear. Gregan so calm. The variation for Little. Last line defence.
No advantage.
But we'll come back to the original penalty offence. Australia infringed subsequently, but Norm Maxwell's been penalised again. This will put Australia in front for the first time. Sterling Mortlock. The long road back for the Wallabies. Mertens goes high. Oh, some great work there by the All Blacks. His grip. Marshall. He's there. New Zealand have got it. Justin Marshall hit it at pace. Some very flimsy Wallaby defence, and the All Blacks back in the lead.
You can see just how dangerous they are when they've got the ball for a consistent period of time. Marshall's such a dangerous runner.
John Eels at the back. Larkham with great hands. Mix up. Little, Gregan. He recovers. George Gregan! The chance is on here for Jeremy Paul! Australia trailed by 4. What a break there by Gregan. Latham's out on the left, calling for the ball on the wing. Roth. Tore Kefu. 8 minutes to go. Australia now. Kafer. Paul! There it is! Let's wait for the referee. Has he awarded the try? Jeremy Paul kisses his hand. Andre Watson is happy. The Wallabies have hit the lead.
35-34. Kick to come. What a game, what a try from the Wallabies.
Australia, 1 point in front. That's an anticlimax, isn't it? So 35-34. These two great rugby nations are separated by a point. New Zealand need a score of any description here to take the lead and probably win the match. It's been pinched again. I think it was David Giffen. And Joe Roth gets the touch, but only 10 metres out from the goal line.
The other big thing to watch for the Wallabies, obviously the penalties. What's the line out? Hammett gets it wrong.
Giffen has won it again. Well, this is absolutely back-breaking and heartbreaking for the All Blacks. Larkham on his left foot doesn't get the touch. Here's Umanga. Collins with him. Lomu's out on the right. Fabulous tackle by Connors. Cullen put his side under pressure. Umanga took it ahead. The All Blacks can still snatch it here with 3 minutes to go. Brown. Lomu. He's beaten one. Little came again. Now Australia in trouble here. Cullen. This is Flavel. Case Muse, the prop forward, to the 22. Wallaby defence has regrouped. 2.5 minutes to go. Australia by 1 point. Alatini, Iramia, sandwiched in midfield. Kelleher, Randall, and Lomu. Can he do it? Larkham! Lomu has won the game, surely, for New Zealand. This has been a magnificent comeback by the All Blacks after all look lost. And it's that man, Jonah Lomu, the human juggernaut. Andrew Walker. And he hasn't gone the 10 metres. And that's probably the end of the game for the Wallabies. Well, the only hope there was for Latham to let the ball bounce and hope it went forward. But the All Blacks were pouring through on him. So, pressure there on Walker. And New Zealand now can run the clock down. Well, this has been a monumental exhibition from both sides. And you've really got to hand it to this All Black team. They're the ones who, after Australia showed so much character, they're the ones who really shown a steely resolve. Superbly led by Todd Blackadder here tonight. Kelleher then. Back to Hammonds. Time's up on the clock. There's the hooter. The All Blacks have it by 4. Nothing stupid needed from New Zealand now. They just have to retain the ball. Here's Cullen. And here's Umaga. He lost the heads. That should be the final whistle. Full time. It was 5 tries apiece, and in the end, goal kicking proved the difference. Merton's got 4 conversions to Australia's 2, and those extra 4 points were all that separated these two great sides at the final whistle.
Oh, we're just really proud to be wearing the All Black jersey, and we wear it with great pride. And you know, we do it for all New Zealand, and we really mean that every time we pull our jersey on. We're doing it for our country.
...2003 was World Cup year, and John Mitchell's All Blacks were hitting top form at just the right time. They went to Sydney having put 50 points on the Springboks in Pretoria the week before, scoring 7 tries in the process. However, the Wallabies had...
The first touch from the kickoff to Lottie Takiri. So New Zealand dominating the territory in these opening minutes.
Leave him in the air, wait!
Chris Jack at the front. Reuben Thorne came in to rip. Spencer. Umaga out wide. McCaw's with him. Umaga holds on. Well, a host of players out here on the right. Mialamu into David Giffen. Good ball for Marshall. Major takes on Moore and Smith, the two flankers. And Australia's turned it over. So a bonus. And Smith and Moore in concert there. And now Rogers. Here comes Sailor. Sailor now with Flatley in support. Flatley
pressure from Australia.
Marshall, the pass from Collins wasn't a good one. Muliaina, and they bundle him over the touchline. Again, the execution letting New Zealand down. Nowhere near as crisp as last week.
They don't seem to have that patience that was aplenty. They haven't balanced yet. Came to the side and the Qantas wing cam again down low.
Marshall with a good pass to Spencer. He's over the advantage line. Major! Spencer on the loop. Rokotoko! He's got the pace! He's a try-scoring machine. The Fijian-born Joe Rokotoko. That's his 8th Test try in only his 5th international. Now Lottie Dakiri hasn't seen much of it. Marshall underneath. Gregan and Flatley. Larkham is a second receiver here. Trying to drill that one to touch Muliaina. Looking to link up with Howlett. Rokotoko's there as well. Now Marshall. Wallabies sneaking up. Mialamu the hooker. But Brendan Cannon's been standing out in midfield and defence with the flankers. That's McCaw. Better build up from New Zealand. Aaron Major. He beat Noriega. Howlett all the way. Poor defence, Australia. Now Spencer. Umaga. Muliaina. Got away from Rogers and another one for Rokotoko. They won't catch him. It's only Takiri, but it's no contest. Australia exposed horribly out wide. The All Blacks get their 3rd try.
The All Blacks will contest.
That's Vickerman at the back. Wallabies on their heels here. And Larkham with a hurried clearance. No touch. Rokotoko. Spencer wants it. Out wide is Muliaina and Dougie Howlett as well. New Zealand counter. Muliaina and Umaga. Lovely step. Another one. And a bonus point. It's turning into a massacre here at Telstra Stadium. Well, it's certainly caution to the wind for the Australians. And clever play by Larkham. Now he's got to drop it inside the touchline, but the kick wasn't his best. Jerry Collins. Muliaina calls for it. Umanga's outside him. And here's Lottie Takiri. That's probably one of New Zealand's worst kicks tonight. Takiri goes himself. Here's Gregan. Australia keeping it alive here. Latham went without it. Lost it in contact. Referee plays advantage.
No fullback for the Wallabies. Someone must get back there.
It's just deteriorating for the men in goal at the moment. Hewitt. Latham's back into position. 33 plays 11. The All Blacks in total command here. Carter. They gap him again, and it's another try. Australia's being humiliated here in the Bledisloe Cup at Telstra Stadium. Well, New Zealand have shown what they can do on a hard, dry field. They've had a lot of wet weather across the Tasman for the earlier Test matches, but in South Africa last week and here in Sydney, They have relished the going, and they have blitzed Australia out wide. Some very poor defence by the outside backs in this Wallaby team.
Well, the Wallabies need to use the ball now. The game's pretty much gone. They have to get something out of the game. George Gregan really has to show his leadership skills now and make sure that they've got a game in a week's time and they get confidence out of the next few minutes in the match.
But they've got to make sure they don't do what they just did a minute ago, and that's throw the ball around willy-nilly. If they throw it around with no purpose, then the All Blacks will pounce, and then they will hit Australia hard and they will rack up a big score.
Gregan and Sailor. Lovely running by Sailor, and what a step. He'll get his try here. Big Wendell. Yes! That's a brilliant try to Sailor. And some consolation pickings for the Wallabies. Again, a loose throw, but they've cleaned up well. Marty Holler did it, and he's held it. Latham in front, the only Wallaby. And a grand covering tackle there by Chris Latham.
Fantastic tackle, Chris Latham. Showed him the sideline like he did to Jason Robinson a couple of years ago in the British Lions. And this time, shows him the sideline. And
very brave effort, as you say, Tim, to give this man 5 metres. And Howlett backed himself. Desperate lunging tackle by Chris Latham. Well done.
Geez, he only just got him, though.
You only have to just get them. Steve Kefu on for Elton Flatley.
Don't worry about it.
So Australia's hold on the Bledisloe Cup, brittle at best at the moment. New Zealand will have to win the return clash in Auckland. They've won this match here in Sydney. And it's Carter, Muliaina, and a hat-trick for Rokotoko. That's rubbing it in. The mother of all hidings here for the Wallabies, equaling New Zealand's highest ever score against Australia in Test rugby.
Oh, engage. Stay down, waiting. Wait. Hold, please.
Here's Latham then. Wallabies back there to support him. Finnegan, Cannon. Larkham goes left. Looking to size up Case Muse. To Kiri. Got the pass away to Rogers. Rogers away. Try number 3 to the Aussies. As the league converts in concert. It was a great offload there by Lottie Takiri. Australia's Bledisloe domination appears to be in tatters. 43-21. It's going to take a monumental comeback in Auckland. Marty Holler takes it ahead. This is Brad Thorne. New Zealand looking for another try for their highest ever score against the Wallabies. Can they bring up a half century? A converted try and do it. Is it coming? Steve Devine out on the wing.
Probably the wrong bloke to be there. Not enough oomph.
Jerry Collins. Taken to ground by Darwin.
No, rubbish.
Rokotoko over on the wing is salivating at the moment to get this ball.
Can he get 4 tries, Rokotoko? Look at the stepping from Major. And a half century coming up here for the All Blacks. That completes the humiliation. The 26th of July 2003, the night the All Blacks put 50 on the world champion Wallabies with a record score, 50 points to 21.
It wasn't a game, it was a shame for the Aussies. They have been smashed here by this rampant New Zealand team who have run in 7 tries, 4 of those coming in the second half.
For this fixture, New Zealand were on the crest of a wave. Having already beaten the British and Irish Lions, they were now well placed to secure a 6th Tri-Nations title in 10 years. Standing in their way in Auckland's Eden Park were a struggling Wallaby team that had lost 4 games in succession. Graham Henry was still missing Dan Carter, and so Leon MacDonald wore the number 10 shirt. And making his last Test appearance in New Zealand was captain Tana Umanga. Australia were riddled with injuries and were without experienced heads like Sterling Mortlock and Stephen Larkham. But Eddie Jones had more than capable replacements in young talents such as Mark Gerrard and Drew Mitchell.
Well, they're almost set to go. Final match of the Tri-Nations in 2005. South Africa lead the table at the moment. The All Blacks need to win here tonight to grab the title.
Australia, they're split. They've got a lock on either side.
The kickoff made by Rogers. Deep downfield taken by Major. And a spiralling punt and good distance too. Mitchell knocks it back. And he reaches the All Blacks around about the 10-metre line as they came up in a run, and the All Blacks driving clean over the top here. Good start by the All Black pack, and they've moved the Wallabies off the ball, and it's gone to Soialo, gets it away to Lauaki. Now Major just running out of room, so he tried to take it back in field, and Lauaki's there again, just near the 22 as the All Blacks probe down the blind side. Powerful start here by the men in black as Umanga sends it off to Major. Now it's with McCaw, holds it up, doesn't deliver the pass to Heyman, and they're right in centre field here as Wepu arrives. Now he flicks it wide. Putting it on the boot was McDonald's, and getting back is George Smith in the rather unfamiliar role of number 8, but he's done a good job tidying up, and the Wallabies get a penalty. Well, they've messed up another one as the All Blacks get an opportunity. They get it quickly out to Umanga, having a bit of a crack in midfield, gets rid of Takiri and keeps going, and got the pass away too to Muliaina. Ball loose, but it's been snapped up by McCaw. McCaw still going, and McDonald's lost it, but it's still live with Wepu. He's got assistance there from Wakafoko. Away for Major. Australians close the gap very quickly. Here's McCaw! Richie McCaw gets the opening try.
Hang on, gentlemen. There's no ball yet. Second rows. Crouch and hold. Okay, crouch and hold. Engage.
Soialo hands off to Wepu, and he might have kicked this a bit hard. No, he's judged it pretty well. Tapped beautifully by Muliaina. Howard's got support. Soialo dragging them with him. Now he lays it back for Wepu to carry on. All Blacks rampaging here, 5 metres out, and it's fed away. Quick hands required. They're going to get Nialamu, and beautifully taken. Still a chance though for Umanga. Now Major sends it wide for Lauaki. He's playing advantage to the referee, by the way. They were offside, the Wallabies. Now's Wakafoko, and he's lost it.
No advantage, offside both ways, George.
Ali Williams thinks about taking this quickly, but he's not quite on the spot. He is going to take it quickly, puts the kick in, and it's got to be a try. Doug Howlett. Ali Williams, you've got to be kidding. What a kick.
We just begged him for not being able to kick, but obviously it wasn't his right foot.
Nialamu. Easy take. Jack slips the pass over the top to McCall, who got the first try. All Blacks again hard on attack. Good charge by Luaki. Now it's Wepu, McDonald, Major, Muliaina. Howard does it again.
Can we check, please? Julio, can we check, please?
The man they call the Black Panther, Walker Nathan. What a player he was.
I'm sure it was. He looks in very good health there too, doesn't he?
Yes, I think he did a stint as the president of the Auckland Union a couple of years back.
That's fine. Receiver. Who's the receiver?
Brendan Cannon throws. A little bit shaky, but they've got it. Here's a flat pass. Gerard on the charge. Mark Gerard, what a good run. Now he's looking for support, and I think Chisholm's in.
Try.
That's a beauty. Mark Gerard.
Have a look again, please.
And Mark Chisholm.
Please. Julia, can you just check to make sure the ball was grounded, please?
All line out from Australia and very deep back line.
Cannon throws deep. Elsom, he's been the major ball winner. In pass. Here's Gerard. Gerard's in. What a start. The Wallabies rush to him. They know how important that try is.
Wonderful try from a set move.
Muliaina comes charging up towards the halfway line. Wepu. McDonald having a bit of a run. Lays it back nicely. Now it's off to Mialamu. He in turn gets it back from McCaw. Mialamu though taking a nice tackle right round the bootlaces. Now here's Wepu. Just to lay it back for McCaw. Jack. Umaga knocked it back, and it's still going backwards. Muliaina. Australia going well in defence here, forcing the All Blacks backwards. And Wepu now for McDonald, charged by Takiri. Here's a chance for the Wallabies. He's leading the race, and he gets a try, Lottie Takiri.
The full line out, and again we're just seeing the likes of Takiri, first receiver maybe from Rogers.
Nice take by Kanar. Now it's with Lottie Takiri.
Thank you, that's good. Number 7, thank you.
Regan. Oh, pass to no one in particular, but it bounces up for Gerard. He can make something out of nothing. He has done so far tonight.
Get off it.
And once again, the Australians are on the front foot. Regan. Rogers. Oh, nice pass to Smith. Here's a chance, and Joe Hansen. First touch of the ball in Test rugby, and he gets a try.
Lovely move from Australia. They got the forward momentum.
Rogers, another massive kick. Flat pass across to Major, signals his intentions. Rogers lines it up. And another clever kick. Buying time. Muliaina. All Blacks coming pretty quickly. Forces the mistake. Howlett for the sprint. He's got support from Ryan. The All Blacks have a chance. They get it away to Howlett. And he's going to get a hat-trick. And the All Blacks stretch it out again.
Second row here.
Just over 2 minutes remaining. Wallabies, remember, need to score twice.
Lads, we've got a problem this side. No one's there. Let's make sure that binder's as high
They were
as
written
possible,
off.
please.
before this Test match that they've showed a lot of resolve.
Seconds, please.
Given
Hold.
the key players not here.
Let's go, scrum half. Let's get it in.
Big All Black scrum.
Big scrum.
Smith. Well, he may well be the number 8 of the future. George Smith. He's only 25 years of age. He's got a long way to go in his Test career as Whittaker gets it away to Mackay. Johansson, the try scorer. Now Whittaker once more. All Blacks swarming across in defence. Gerard turns it back on the inside to Rowe. And now it's Whittaker once more to Keary. All Blacks need to make some tackles inside their own 22. Umaga looking for the turnover. Not there for him though, so Whittaker again. Now it's out into centre field. Here's Rowe again.
Hands away, Black now. Good. Back foot.
Chris Whittaker. Johansson. Quick hands to Ward. Wave after wave of attack. The All Blacks having to defend stoutly.
Let go, Black.
Mackay takes it in. Now Whittaker again. Here's Sharp. He's turned it over. Ball pops back on the All Black side. They might decide to run this out. Muliaina from inside his 22, and he's decided to go for the touchline with just 30-odd seconds remaining.
Well, interesting the way the Australians were attacking. Matt Rogers, he was virtually playing on the wing there.
And in fact, that's it. Chris White has said the game is over. The All Blacks have won it by 10, and they've won the Tri-Nations.
We played superbly in the first half. Fell off a few tackles in the second. Defence coach needs to look at it. But no, as I say, you know, New Zealanders should be very happy tonight. All Blacks are, and the management's very happy as well.